Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chem Lock League, and kind of mixed feelings coming into this video. First off, I just want to say thank you for bearing with me through my recent sickness. I know I'm a few days late on these videos, and I apologize, but I did get the flu and have been down and out for too long, fell behind on these videos, so I'm trying to play a little bit of catch up. But last time I did record a video before I got sick, or as I was starting to get sick. I went through a lot of emotions through the game. The last video, we had the Heaters and the Firebirds both in the same video because we gave up early on that Heaters game. The 6-5 score is much closer than it actually was. Awful pitching performance from Russo. We gave up. We went to the Firebirds game, and an awful pitching performance from Tate Nash, our ace, before we find ourselves battling back, and a huge 3-run homer in the bottom of the 6th from Jacques Dennis ended up giving us a victory there. But this team is not on an upward trend despite that last win, and I'm really curious to see how bad this next game is going to be. If you missed it or if you forgot, we did make a couple of moves to end the video, and one of the biggest moves was that we got rid of Adriana Harrington for Chico O'Brien. Maybe I went a little too early on making this decision, but ultimately we need a shakeup, and it's been too long of this team being so inconsistent. I know some people might get a little frustrated with the lack of success we've seen from the team. I do plan to stick with this team until we can get a championship. I don't know how long that's going to be, but I want us to be able to see what success looks like with this format of the Chem Lock. So we got rid of Adriana Harrington. I am a little bit optimistic around seeing Chico O'Brien with both bad ball hitter and stealer. Could be fun if he can get on base. We also got rid of our ace. We got rid of Tate Nash. We replaced him with Arjun Swingins, who's 25. He was on our team earlier in the franchise history, and he does have the K collector trait, so I'm hoping that that plays him up quite a bit. But that means we freed up a lot of money. We also made one other move, and that was getting rid of Nuevo Russo in place of Steve Richard. Richard is really just kind of a placeholder move right now. I don't expect much out of him, but he's cheaper. And at this point, I think we might be fast-tracking to the end of the season. So I want to start this one. Emmy Dixon is also on the hot seat for sticking around. She isn't as expensive as Nash was. So she might stick around to the end of the season, even if she's not pitching well. But I do want to make sure we can get into this game. So I set the lineup before the last one. Just a quick reminder. We'll have Rubio lead off, followed by Price, who had a quiet game last time. He's moving from right field now over to left field. We're going to have Lozano still stay behind the plate. Jacques Dennis will be at first base, batting fourth. We'll then have Amos get wrecked, who's locked in, be in right field. We'll have Bauer at second, Wedge at short as normal. We'll have Coleman get the start at third base, and then Chico O'Brien at the bottom of the lineup is DHing today. We'll see if those two Tier 3 traits can play up from the bottom of the order. And let's use our standard away uniform for this matchup against the Cutters with Gabriella Potter on the mound. She was our ace last year. She was a rookie last year, and she is locked in. I am terrified. And if we fall behind early, I have no problem with giving up and going to the next game. So we'll see how it goes. Up Sakura Hills, and it's going to be foggy out there. An overcast game in Sakura Hills, something that I think the atmosphere would be cool for, but the experience may be something completely different for us. We'll have to see how that plays out. Again, thank you for bearing with me going through this this illness. I do think I might shift my schedule just a little bit. I've been posting these videos on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, alternating between 8 a.m. Central and 12 p.m. Central. I think I might go to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday setup. And if we do that, Jesus, a strikeout for Potter against the tough out Rubio. That's unfortunate. He chases low and inside. So I'm thinking about 3 days a week. I need to catch up on the Dig a Fordo video as well. I know I'm a week behind on that, but I think if I can go down to 3 days a week, maybe it won't be too overwhelming for all of you. I would love any feedback on the scheduling if you feel like these videos are coming out too often or too infrequent. I'd welcome any and all feedback from your opinions as Zeke Price strikes out as well against the former teammate. But I have been kind of mulling around the idea of a different franchise idea and seeing what else I might be able to put out there. And if I do, we could see this series go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as this one sneaks right through the legs of Potter, bounces off the mound, and into center field. We could do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for this series, and if I can get ahead of schedule with a different series, I could be running that one on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I don't want too much content flying at you all, so again, let me know if you have any preferences and how often you're able to watch these videos. Jacques Dennis had that walk-off 3-run homer to win the last game. He gets a base hit up the middle here, so he seems to have been heating up just a little bit. We now have 2 on, and Langston Shavewell, by the way, the center fielder, is a 21-year-old rookie for the Cutters. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the list of rookies, see if we have anybody notable here. First pitch way ahead there on the changeup. Gerecht has gotten a little bit more playing time as of late for the very struggling Adriana Harrington. He grounds to the shortstop, and he'll lose mojo as he heads back to the dugout. So getting into a little bit of trouble there before settling back down, and Gabriella Potter is just what we had expected from her. So we go to the bottom of the inning, and Emil Stein, who's locked in, will come up against Emmy Dixon, the former MVP, who's been struggling this year with a above 9 ERA. First pitch swinging and popped up to shortstop. Jackson Pugh will come up batting 167 on the year. And Dixon trying to maybe see if she can get back to her old form. Fastball high, and it's taken for a ball. That one's taken for strike 2. 2-2 count, and Pugh will stay alive, fouls one off. Chases one out of the zone, and he makes contact to stay alive, and then pulls the string on him, and Emmy Dixon getting a strikeout. So, you know, last year we made a couple of moves about at the halfway point of the season when we felt like the team had nowhere to go. And by that point, when we made those moves, we ended up turning things around and making the playoffs. I will be really frustrated if this team does that again. I'd be happy for it, but of course, it just stinks when you make those moves to kind of cut ties and start moving on, and then you find yourself turning back around. And Flip Bauer flips one into left field, so a leadoff single for him. And he seems to have been turning it on as of late. He just got locked in after that hit. Stevens, who's been batting .455 as a rookie with no home runs and 2 RBIs. He's been kind of a base hit machine for the Tundras this year. He'll chase that one. Late decision to swing, and he fouls it off. Runner takes off on the hit and run and pulled foul out of play, thank goodness. His Flip does not have a lot of speed. Wedge lofted into left field, excuse me. One moment, please. All right, sorry about that. I had a cough that I had to mute myself for. Braden Coleman in limited time platooning with Christian Black, batting .444 with no home runs and 3 RBIs. Pulled on that changeup, and it's an 0-2 count with 1 out. Infield a double play depth as Coleman takes the ball high. Fouls one back there. 1-2 count, and another strikeout for Potter, her 3rd of the day. The newcomer, Chico O'Brien, first at bat for the Tundras here, but batting .400 on the season so far. Tier 3 bad ball hitter, which is the big draw here. And he'll slap a base hit right up the middle to put 2 aboard as we turn to the top of the lineup. Rubio, who struck out in his first at bat, will come up.
Number 2, Aiden Rubio.
Having a solid season as a rookie, batting .348 with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. Potter's still locked in, but over 30 pitches already. Rubio swinging at the first pitch, grounds to short, and that'll end the inning. So another 2 runners stranded. That makes it 4 total on the day. And nothing comes of another opportunity for the Tundra's offense. It seems like this whole season has been the theme of getting runners on base, but not being able to bring them in. We'll see if that makes a difference. Flip Bauer with a crazy diving play. I thought that was absolutely going to make it its way into right fields, but instead, a great shortstop playing second base move right there. And I've seen this a couple of times now this year. I have really enjoyed the defense up the middle that we've gotten from Bauer and Stevens. The speed has been a drawback for sure, but the defense has been elite from both of those. Full count to Noble here. And ball off the mitt of Lozano and ends up being ball 4. Andres Daniels comes up. He's batting .313 on the year. Dixon getting a boost from Tier 2 easy target. Fouled off there. And ball misses just at the top of the zone. Don't know how that missed. Another one popped foul. Infield a double play depth with 1 out. That one's pushed foul. And with a 1-2 count, Dixon trying to get a ground ball. Doesn't get him chasing outside. That one is grounded foul. No speed over at first. And a grounder back to Dixon. She can't make the play. Bauer misses the tag, still gets the throw over to first base. And the runner advances to second on the fielder's choice. Noel Haley comes up, hitless on the year. Tier 2 first pitch prayer with a runner on second base. Bauer just missed that tag. If you recall back to our Outlaws days, we've seen second baseman Rock Quintana run into a couple of those situations with a weaker arm, and he hasn't been able to get any outs on a ground ball in a similar spot. Flip isn't ready for that one. Ground ball up the middle. Grounder in third and holding is the runner, Noble. I think that's Noble. And that's the first hit of the year. That'll put 2 on in the corners with 2 outs for Churn Romero. He's tense, Tier 2 bad ball hitter. Hit hard, deep left field, carrying up against the wall is Zeke Price. He will leap, and it's going to get out of here. Didn't make great contact, but he made enough. A tense Romero still able to knock that one out. .385, his second home run of the year. A 3-run shot breaks the tie. And that would be Emmy Dixon for you. Langston Shapewell, the rookie, batting in the 9th spot with Tier 2 first pitch Slayer. Fouls that first pitch off. Dixon tense. Should have an opportunity to get out of this inning sooner. And that one will count 3-4-1 as Dixon was covering the bag, and nice attempt from Jacques Dennis, but it bounces off of his glove with a good backup from Bauer to make the play. Ends the inning, but the 3-run homer is the big difference in this ballgame right now. And Zeke Price, who already struck out once and has been quiet in his second season, blasts one to dead center field, and that's a no-doubt shot. Zeke Price makes me eat my words immediately after saying them. Hits off the rock in dead center, and that gets lost in the frozen tundra of Sakura Hills. He responds quickly. His second home run goes .462. Let's make it back-to-back, Lozano. Let's get a first pitch Slayer moment right here. 1-for-1 with a single already. Takes strike 1 at the top of the zone. Takes strike 2. Potter no longer locked in. And strike 3 swinging. So completely fooled in that at-bat. Lozano has been one of our hotter hitters this year. It did not look it there. And Dennis comes up 1-for-1. Average up to .320 now. First pitch ball high. And Dennis dinks one into center field. It gets over the shortstop into center, and that'll be a 1-out single. He gets a mojo boost, his second hit of the day. And Getrek to ground it out to shortstop in his first at-bat, lost his mojo. Average sitting at 400. Ball tails way inside. 40th pitch for Potter. It's fouled back. 1-1 count. And Get Wrecked will pull one into left field. He hasn't been showing a lot of power, but he's been showing a lot of contact, which was something we haven't really seen from him in his early career so far. But we'll have 2 on. 1 out. Flip Bauer. 1-for-1 with the single. He's locked in. Gets a fastball. He takes it for a strike. That one he pulls. It's off the glove. Trying to make the play is Haley. He throws it in the dirt to second base, and everyone's safe. I believe that's going to count as a single. It's not an error, so that'll make the bases loaded for Wedge Stevens, who has been one of our best hitters this year. Average at .435 and has a base hit already, I think. That's all we need here is a base hit. 1 out. Pops foul. It's a 1-2 count. Use that contact. He does. He fouls it straight back, just missing. And that was late swing, and he pushes it foul. Staying alive. Oh, she gets the strikeout. Stevens goes down. That's just the experience from Potter in her second year against the rookie in a big moment. Can she get out of this with limited damage? As Coleman comes up, we're in a high-pressure situation. He takes strike 1. Ball misses in almost the exact same spot, just a little further in. Strike 2, and she's been punishing the inside part of the plate. He pops one foul, defensive swing there. And he'll push one into left field. He comes through with the base hit. 1 run comes around. Another runner heading home and is going to be called out at the plate. Bad decision from the third base coach to send Get Wrecked there. Maybe if it's max pressure, but in a high-pressure situation and him no longer locked in, he gets rung up on a great throw from left field. 1 run does score, 2 total on the inning. The base hit from Coleman, along with the solo home run from Zeke Price. And we are back into this ball game. A grounder to third base from Stein, and he loses mojo. And it's a 3-2 ball game. I think Potter's day might be close to being done. Dixon, despite being tense, could fight through this a little bit longer if she can get through a clean inning and get her mojo back. A liner to short will help with that. 2 down, and Barber comes up. 0-for-1. His tier 2 little hack if he falls behind, and he will here. Drops the power, boosts the contact. Ball will even the count. It's gone. Ball misses inside. And 1 high. It's going to be a 3-1 count with 2 outs. Barber gets an opportunity, and that one is going to get past Bauer and into right field. So a 2-out single. And now Harold Simpson comes up. As we've talked about, he was actually an MVP. Or I'm sorry, he was a All-Star last year with the Firebirds. And he is a 2-time All-Star, one of only a few players that have made it to multiple All-Star games. First year he made it with the Woodsmiths. 3rd team in 3 years, so he has been a journeyman. Full count, 2 outs, and a base hit to left center field with the runner going, rounding third and likely to be sent home here, and will be. Throw from Dennis, the first baseman, coming all the way out to center field for whatever reason, and that is going to score a run. So they get another run back. It's now 4-2. Big hit there from Harold Simpson with 2 outs, and Dixon just cannot clean herself up here. RBI hero activated for Noble. I think he is 1-for-1. Average of 176. That'll even the count at 2 apiece with 2 outs and a runner on second. And Noble lofts it into right field. Going to get down, Get Wrecked with a great arm, but not going to be close at home. I guess it was kind of close, but runner scores. It's an RBI single, and Dixon is no longer the MVP she was. ERA jumps up to 11.32. Daniels, who got his first hit of his career, or of the year this last at-bat, will get one to Bauer, and it's airmailed. Oh, Flip Bauer makes the play, but then he airmails one into the stands, out of play. That'll put both runners on second and third. And finally, Ellen Booth comes in. She's at about 3/4 stamina with Rally Stopper activated, and she's locked in. She comes in to face Haley with 2 aboard in scoring position and 2 outs. And a grounder. Can Bauer gets it this time, and that's going to end the inning. Holy moly. Two more runs scored. Dixon's day is done. It looks like we had a chance to fight back into this one. I guess the offense still can, but our pitching from our starters has been abysmal this year. Chico O'Brien slapped a base hit up the middle in his first at-bat. He's well ahead of that one for strike 1. He lost this one into left field, and it's going to hang up for Romero. That's the guy that threw out. Holy moly, that's the guy that threw out Amos Get Wrecked. How was he moving so slow around third to get thrown out by that left fielder who's tense and has no arm? God, that's frustrating. Sometimes with this game. Rubio, tough out activated. He's 0 for 2 today. Fouls one off, staying alive. 60 pitches for Potter now. And she's looking to try and get another strikeout against Rubio. Instead, he hits one off the end of the bat, lofted into shallow center field. Getting back to that is Pugh with his great speed. That's an out. 2 down for Zeke Price. Average up to 333 after the home run in his last at-bat. We'll see if he can capitalize on another one. Takes a strike right down the middle. That was your pitch, man. Ball way outside. Come on, Zeke. Stay hot.
That's a strike and a half.
Ooh, the curveball drops into the zone 1-2 count. Ball taken inside. And he takes strike 3. Don't know what he was looking for in that at-bat. He took 3 pitches that were right in his breadbasket and was completely lost in that at-bat. Turn Romero, who hit the 3-run homer, still tense. He also threw out a runner at home, so don't know how he's still tense. Quick 0-2 count here. And Ellen will get a grounder to third. Easy play for Coleman. Out number 1. Ellen Booth should be considered for the MVP this year. She has been nuts. Knocking on wood, but she's still locked in. Facing off against the rookie Shavewell. She starts with a ball inside. Strike catches the corner high and in. That one gets him ahead, and he pulls it foul. 1-2. And another one fouled off. Ball just misses inside, doesn't get him to bite. 2-2 count, and he pops up right behind the plate. Lozano will make the catch, out number 2. The thing with Booth is I think she has been getting just as much activity as she had in years past, despite having stiff bottom to help support her, and she's still been efficient with her pitches. She's been careful. You can see she's starting to get tired here, and she'll get the grounder to third. And that'll end the inning. An amazing performance from Ellen Booth since she came in to replace Dixon. I hope that she gets pulled here coming into the 5th. Lozano 1 for 2 with a single, averaging up to 417 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. And swinging at the first pitch, he did not get barrel on it. It's going to die in right center for Stein.
The first baseman, number 19.
1 out.
Doc Dennis.
Dennis 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's on a hitting streak, I believe. At least 3 consecutive at-bats going back to the home run. And make it 4 as he lines one into right field into the corner. Stein with a weaker arm, and Dennis is heading his way onto second base. He slides in with a double. His 3rd hit of the day.
Number 13. Gets wrecked.
Get wrecked comes up. High pressure situation, so clutch is activated. And he's going to face off against Aspen Bridges with tier 2 falls behind. Amos way ahead of the curveball, strike 1. Bridges nearly full stamina. With no earned runs allowed, 1.5 whip, and 4 strikeouts so far this year. Ball misses inside, 2-2 count for Amos. And the curveball is fouled off. Come on, Amos. Time for you to get a home run. You're overdue. Fouls one off, staying alive. Good defensive at bat here for Get Wrecked. And he pushes one into first base. Barber will make the play to Bridges, advances the runner to third, but now with 2 down. Flip Bauer, who was locked in before the errant throw in the last half, or the half inning before. Comes up neutral mojo, betting 385 with another base hit, 3 for 3 today, and a runner will score. Makes it a 5-3 ball game. So we're staying competitive despite the bad outing from Emmy Dixon. Wedge is 0 for 2 today. Okay, I couldn't remember if she hit one or not. Brock Kramer will come in to pinch hit for Wedge with a runner on first and 2 outs. Interesting decision here. And a ground ball is going to bounce off the glove of Pugh. Grounding second and holding is Bauer. I thought he was going to try for third. 2 aboard. Great hit from Kramer. That will not count as an error. Coleman comes up 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Could have scored 2 runs, but Amos could not score on that base hit. See if he can come up big again. And pull down the right field line, tailing, just foul. Great spot, good idea. The weaker fielder in right field. This one goes the other way. It's still an 0-2 count with 2 outs. And another one staying alive, pulls a foul. Coleman pushes one slowly to third. Daniels comes up barehand and throws to first to end the inning. 1 run scored on the... shit, I don't even remember. Base hit from Bauer. Yeah, it was the Bauer base hit. And we are down 5-3. Brock gets replaced with with Christian Black at shortstop. Remember, he has cannon arm now. Ellen Booth stays in for now against Jackson Pugh. This is scary to me. 3-0 count and ball 4. 4 straight pitches, and Ellen Booth allows her first walk of the day. First base runner she's allowed. She inherited 2 runners to start her appearance, and then they go to stiff bottom here, which should have been how they started this inning. He's at full stamina. The runner on first with great speed, Larry Barber, will send one to deep center field. Going back on it is Rubio with the speed. He hustles it down, and that holds the runner at first. Great effort from the rookie to track that one down. A hard hit ball from Barber. That one definitely had the fans excited here at Sakura Hills. First checking on the runner back safely with 1 out. Here's Harold Simpson. Came through with a big hit in his last at-bat. Scored a run. He hits this one right field, but underneath it. Camped under it is. Get wrecked, and he'll haul that one in. Excuse me. Noble having a good day. 1 for 1 with a single RBI, a walk, and a single. I think it was an RBI single. Runner still holding at first, but has great speed. We'll see if he tries to go. No attempt yet. 0-2 count. Great pitch from stiff bottom here. And there's strike 3. The combo of stiff bottom and Booth has been really impressive this year. I think that's been our strength is this bullpen, no doubt. So Chico O'Brien, 1 for 2 with a single. High pressure situation as Bridges stays in here for now. It's our last chance. We're down by 2 in the top of the 6th. We'll see if the bottom and top of our order can make up some ground here. 2-1 count. Chico will line to short. A 1 for 3 day for him. Nothing too notable. Give me 1 second, everyone. Relax. It's okay. Pup just sees another dog outside. So apologies if you hear some noise in a second. Rubio sends one to right field. Stein tracks it down. Quiet, girly. Good girl. Good quiet girl. Zeke Price with 2 down comes up. We are in a max clutch situation here. My audio is acting up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pause this for a second because my audio is acting up. I'm going to reset my headset really quick because I don't know if you can hear me okay. Hey, it's okay. Oh my goodness, everyone. I'm so sorry. I hope this doesn't end the game right here. Man, my headset was acting up on me. I had a dog issue that I was dealing with, a whole lot of a combo. And there it is, a grounder to third, or to shortstop will end the game. Man, we put up a fight. In the end, bad pitching in the first couple of innings from Emmy Dixon is what did us in. Great pitching from the bullpen. A little bit of life in the offense, which is nice to see. A 3-for-3 day from both Dennis and Bauer. And we just gave up too much. We couldn't catch back up. Hits from everyone except for Rubio and Stevens, which have been some of our hottest hitters this year, so I'll give them a little bit of a break. We get a big home run from Price. That was fun to watch. And base hit or RBIs from Bauer and Coleman is essentially all that we saw happening. A big 3-run homer from Romero. That was truly the difference because the base hits from Simpson and Noble, while those were the game winners, they were it was the big home run that put us away where we could not catch up from there. Dixon gets a loss, 5 runs in 2 2/3 innings. It's been awful watching her pitch for us. 0-3 in 3 starts so far. Booth was amazing. 1 1/3. She wasn't even at full stamina, and she only gave up 1 walk, which was unnecessary. She should not have come in that last inning. Holden Stiff Bottom comes in, gets a strikeout in 1 inning pitched. Both have been amazing this year. Potter gets the win. 4 1/3, giving up 10 total hits with 3 earned runs and 1 solo home run, but struck out 6. And then Bridges gets the save, 1 2/3, giving up only 2 hits and nothing else. So Romero, Dennis, and Bauer are your top 3. I think I might sim a couple of games here to get us moving along because this season is getting really frustrating. Well, the loyalty is not going to you, Emmy Dixon. Let's give it to Amos here. He actually did okay. Between these two, that is a steep loyalty drop for one of these two, and that seems really unfair. I think Stevens is the one we'll drop here because really his only draw right now is his defense, whereas Rubio has 2 amazing traits and more development opportunities. Wedge could be replaced with another option, so let's go there. Plus, he's a little cheaper. Okay, so let's sim ahead here. We'll do a couple of things, and then we'll decide what we want to do. We're not completely out of it. We're only a game and a half behind the Foresters, but it's definitely not looking good. So let's see. As we see what happened since that game ended, we have a chance for Chico to lose his bad ball hitter trait. We're not going to do that. Bauer to gain power. We need that for him. Christian Black loses 2 speed. No development for Dixon, sorry. Stiff Bottom might develop him a little bit more now that we're making more money. Rubio speed might do that one. And Arjun, no harm in developing him. At 25 years old, he could be a cheap option for us going forward. Honestly, I don't know. Let's look at that now, actually. So Stiff Bottom, developing the junk, but losing a little velocity. Gains the fielding, which isn't notable. He has 3 off-speed pitches. Sure, let's do it. Let's skip ahead here. 4, 1, and -2. No bonus junk for him. He's still an A-. Flip Bauer? Yeah, we're going to give you the power. We want more power for Flip Bauer. And he won't get the bonus, just +1 for him. He's up to 56, and that is becoming a lot more viable. That power number is looking a lot better. Chico, no. Arjun, junk and accuracy, and a chance for a screwball. Why not? I'm just gonna do it. He doesn't get the screwball, doesn't get the bonus junk, just 1 and 1 for junk and accuracy. And then we're not doing that for you, Dixon. Rubio, let's give him the bonus speed here. He doesn't get the extra, but +3 puts him at 97. Elite speed, elite fielding, and the offense is going to come on a little bit later. He's tense right now, but we actually have a solution for that. So here's what we're going to do. I don't think there's any other roster moves. I'm going to put a star on Harrington, by the way. Boy, it's really hard seeing her here. if we were to do you instead of Baxter here. Better defender. An arm would have clutch as well. And that's a 1-for-1. Yeah, so I think we've been talking about doing this one. I'm willing to pay this price for him, and especially since we just freed up a lot of money, I'm down for a 3.8 million backup with tier 3 clutch. Easy move here, so let's just go for it. Baxter is 39. Cannon arm's great, but he is a liability in the fielding department. Let's see what else we have here. Marker Carr was a guy that we were looking at, but he is scholarly, and so we can't consider him. Then we have... Is there anybody else that we were looking at here? Nobody of note that kind of sits in a spot where we are interested. That with Steeler is pretty interesting, but not... We don't really need any outfielders. Yeah. And then we get into the pitching department here. And this is where things get really tough because the only other option is like Serrano that we were talking about. And I'm fine with just sticking with what we have. Jackman is a relief pitcher. His walk prone would be at tier 3, so no to that. Leighton McPherson with reverse splits, but 2 pitches and only 4 accuracy. And then there's Instante Day, and there's still Janaya Bango as an option as well. I think our bullpen is set, though, and so I would really only make a move there if we absolutely had to. I don't remember the last time we saw Rivas pitch. But, yeah, we're going to just sit where we're at. We're going to hold steady on any roster moves. I do think I want to keep the line moving with this series, and I just want us to kind of get to the end of this season if we're not seeing us trend in the right direction after another loss. So I'm going to see if maybe, depending on how things go, I'll sim ahead to this Rakers matchup, and we'll maybe watch the doubleheader next episode. So let's start with this game against the Colossus. Let's set the lineup. Rubio's tense, so let's put Zeke back in center. We're going to put Rubio on the bench for a game. Actually, we'll put O'Brien. Is Chico a left fielder or a right fielder? Okay, he's a right fielder. Let's put Get Wrecked in right field. Slightly better defense in right, or I mean in left field than O'Brien. And if he gets clutch, he'll kind of offset that anyways. Let's put Rubio on the bench for Kramer. And then we'll swap Kramer with Dennis. So Dennis will go back to the DH spot. Let's put Price in the leadoff spot. Just see where things go there. Kramer's been really disappointing this year. Lozano has been tough to watch the last couple of games. Let's move them. Yeah, I'm fine with kind of leaving this as is for right now. Coleman came through with an RBI, so let's move him above Stevens. Yeah. So let's set the lineup. I'm going to go back to the alternate again. And then I'm going to sim this one. Wankerstein has been our best pitcher in the rotation so far. But again, we're just not in a place to compete. And we have 5 games left. No, 6 games left. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make this move. I think this is a game we can win against Gwendolyn Kramer, who doesn't seem that impressive but has been pitching well. Of course, you know how we are when we're facing off against bad pitchers. We seem to struggle. So let's see if we find a way to win. we get ahead, and we end up winning 4-1. So love to see that. Let's see where that run was given up. We're 6-5. Kramer did succeed there. Let's see. Kramer gets a hit. He's up to a 318 average, which is better than I thought. And Wankerstein's ERA drops to 174. He's been elite for us. I think Quincy was the one that gave up the earned run. And it may not have been an earned run. It may have been just a run allowed. So, God, man, our pitching from our three... Like, Wong hasn't played it all this year. Rivas hasn't played it all this year. But look at Stiff Bottom, Booth, and Healthy. Elite. And Wankerstein. So lovely to see that. But I just wish we were able to get more success out of the rest of them. So, this being a positive loyalty, I want to give it to Wankerstein. He has been amazing for us this season. 86 loyalty now. Another drop for these. These irritate the heck out of me, the negative loyalties. I'm going to do it to Corona because she's way cheaper. Actually, Corona's already well below her price, isn't she? Yeah. Ezra's right at his price, so I'm actually going to drop his. Anaya, if we can keep her at 1.7, that would be amazing. And then a plus loyalty to Amos here. He's playing his way back into my heart. We immediately head into the next game, but before we do that, let's see what happened. Some development for Corona, but she would potentially gain easy target. We'll come back to that in a moment. Bango gets signed. Development for Kramer, but a chance to gain Whiffer. It's only tier 1, so it might be worth trying for the power boost. Development for Rivas if we want it. Development for Black to gain clutch. He already got a cannon arm. Can we get lucky for the second time? Tenley Knight gets dropped by the heaters. She just beat us up. We might bring her in to replace Dixon at some point. Stiff Bottom gains 2 accuracy. And Marker Carr gets replaced gets brought in to replace PJ Davenport for the rushes. He's got a couple of interesting traits, but not at the position nor the age that we're interested in. So we're not going to do that. Let's look at development. I want to do this for Black. Let's see if we can get really lucky and give him a second. He becomes like a core part of this team if he gets this trait. +3, chance for more. He does not get the extra contact. He does not get the bonus clutch trait. That would have been nuts. I'm okay with spending that money with that chance. Anaya, let's give her some contact and some speed. I think this is worthwhile, even with the risk of gaining the bad trait at tier 1. Let's speed it up ahead. She doesn't get any bonuses here, but +3 contact puts her at 55, 1 speed, and -2 fielding. She is looking pretty good. We would love a little bit of extra power as we've been struggling in that department with a lot of our players. I think this is a determining factor for him, whether we keep him or look for a different option here. Let's go for it. If he gains Whiffer, that might tell us what we need to know. He avoids Whiffer, he gets the bonus, or he doesn't get the bonus power, but +4 and -2 puts him at 68 and 67 respectively. It's fine with me. Rivas for extra accuracy. Yeah, let's do this one too. I'm kind of on a spending spree. Just 1 and 1 there. That's fine with me. I forgot he's such a decent contact hitter too. 74 contact is pretty impressive. Okay. We're not going to make any roster moves. I guess if there's like a cheap... Let's see what Emmy is. She's getting paid 7-8. She is a crafty pitcher. Is there a starting pitcher that is less than 7-8 and crafty? Because I don't want to make a lot of extra moves here. Definitely don't want that one. Definitely don't want that one. We might actually do Tenley Knight now that when she comes down to her price, but probably not before the end of the season. Adley Bartlett. Let's just rack up some money. We know that Dixon isn't part of the future with this team. It's been really, really frustrating to watch her, so I'd rather go this route. Let's bring in Bartlett. It's a 1-for-1 move here, and we save quite a bit of money. We get rid of Dixon. We save 6.6 million. And yeah, 1-for-1 move. Dixon was a failed idea. It's really frustrating that we missed on both of these, and they just look so good on paper for us. I'm just going to continue to be upset about that. We are now going up against the Foresters, who are leading the division, I think. Yep, they are leading the division. A 7-4 record. We are 1 game back, so we actually tie them if we get a win here. And we are on the outside looking in on the wild card race as well, behind the War Wagons and the Rakers. If we win this game, we tie for first. And I'm not interested in watching it because Horse Mustard, former All-Star, I think he was in the top 10. Yeah, he was number 10 for the Foresters last year. So elite in so many categories. Is he a long reliever? Because he got a bunch of saves. He was not used as a starter last year. Where am I going? The Foresters. Yeah, Horse is a long reliever this year. Or a starter this year. As you can see, he didn't start in the last 2 seasons, just this year. And he's been elite over the last 2 seasons for the Foresters. Whatever they're feeding him, he is enjoying it. It's that cake collector trait. Yikes. If we win this, then maybe that it makes it even more valuable for us to watch the doubleheader next time. But we're doing it with a low-level pitcher. And then we're going into the doubleheader with 2 low-level pitchers. I'm actually going to put Swing-ins in the lineup for this matchup. Let's set the lineup. Price is now tense. Geez, you're going to have to fight through it. Rubio's still tense, so we're going to keep him on the bench. Booth is juiced. Love to see that. Let's put Kramer in the 1 spot. Get wrecked. I'll leave you there. Let's put Price back at 2. Stevens is tense. I'm fine with putting Black in here at shortstop. Give him a day off. We'll keep Chico in right field. Did he cause any errors? O'Brien did have an error. I don't know if that was with us or not, but he is going to stay. Actually... Wait, did Chico do anything with us yet? I don't know how many hits he had coming into this game. He was batting 400 before, so I imagine he's only gotten the 1 hit. I'm going to put Get Wrecked back in right field, and I'm going to put Corona in the lineup here. Why not? Give the young player a chance to shine. We won the last one. Oh, yeah, and I want to put Swing-ins in this spot. See what he can do with Tier 3 Cake Collector. Simulate the game, and let's see how it goes. We fall way I'm so glad. Campbell had a grand slam. We barely did anything. We lost, what was that, 8-1? I'm going to give the loyalty to Dennis here. He's just been more loyal to the team overall. And then let's do the loyalty drop to Swing-ins here. Glad we didn't watch that game. That was what, 8-1? Jesus. I'm guessing that it was a bad outing for, yeah. He gave up 5 runs, and then Quincy gave up 2. I think that's how it went. That's just 7 out of the 8. I don't know. There's a missing run there. Maybe it was just, from an error possibly. Again, I wish we had box scores for this. But cool. Glad to know that Arjun is not part of the future. Just no surprise there. The pitching performance from Ellen has been insane. I do want to pause for just a second. Let's go through this, and before the game ends, or this video ends, check time really quick. Yeah, before the video ends here in just a second, I want us to just look at the league leaders and see if there's anything. If anything, it's going to be Wankerstein or Booth, potentially both. I don't think both will make it into the top 10 though. All right, since that game ended, let's see. Development for Price, we're going to do that. Bartlett, no. Beal, I don't think so. Swingins, no. I see that one seems worth it to lose the easy jumps trait, but he is just not. I don't feel comfortable with him being a starter on this team. On a winning Tundra's team, he is not a starter. Get Wrecked, I would love that if that was contact, but I think we'll still give this boost to him. And then development for Booth. So I think we'll do those three. Let's do them really quick. No to Bartlett, no to Swingins, which I think both of these used to be on our team. Let's do this one for Zeke. Speed, power, and fielding with a little bit of extra opportunities here. So power, speed, fielding. Chance for 2 more power, doesn't get it. Chance for the speed, doesn't get that either. He is so close to being an S tier, and he's tense right now. Everyone's having a bad year. Junk and accuracy, always love to see those, and a chance for a 5th pitch. Let's do it. Let's not get the 5th pitch, just the 1 junk and 1 accuracy. She's not an A or plus yet. Well, let's do this one for Get Wrecked. Speed and fielding. 2 fielding, 1 speed. He needs some extra contact and quickly. So that's development. No, not going to do any other roster moves. I think we're... Do we just sim to the rest of the season? It's going to be... I don't think we have enough time. This won't be worth our last... You know what? I'm going to do this really quick. We're going to sim to the end of the season. We're 2 games back. We're 6-6. There's no hope for this team. Let's sim through the last 3 games here. So I'm not going to really worry too much about everything else that's happening here. Get Wrecked is on fire, which is nice to see. Again, I'll hold off on the league leaders at this point. Actually, let's just do a quick peek at the top 10. Top 10, nobody from our team is in there. That's no surprise to me. Any former teammates? And no. Okay. Let's just set the lineup really quick. Zeke is still tense. Rubio's still tense. What the hell? We're going to leave them all in here. Let's bump you up in the order. Lozano's going to take a day off. Put Beal down here. How did Corona do? She did not play. So they have not been keeping our lineup. So whatever. We're going to just sim ahead. We win. What was that? Sorry, I'm getting the timer alert. I think we won 1-0. We won 1-0 against Owens, our former player. Rubio with the fielding boost chance. All right, let's see. -5 power. Bauer just gained magic hands. He's honestly deserves that. It's not a great trait for us, but he has been pretty magic with his hands. Development for Corona power. Love to see that. Some roster moves happening. Nothing we want to care about. Zeke Price just gained 6 arm, which is amazing. Adriana gains 2 speed on the free agent pool there. No. I don't want to do this. It's not worth the price there. And let's just do this one for Anaya. Just +3 power. And that's it for that. So we get to our next game. Sorry, I know now I'm rushing. I should have been a little bit quicker with everything else. Bartlett versus Ingram. Bartlett getting her first start. Again, we're not getting the... Dennis is on fire. Price is still tense. Rubio is back to neutral mojo. So let's put him into center field. Let's swap Price. And we'll put Rubio in the leadoff spot. Let's bring Kramer down behind Bauer. And let's put Stevens back in the lineup for Coleman. And Lozano's still tense. So, all right, that is the lineup. Let's simulate 7-0. So yeah, we got pounded in that one. We're definitely gonna. Oops. Getting ahead of myself there. We'll drop O'Brien. He's not part of the core like Healthy is. Excuse me. Sim to our next game. Last game of the season is against the Chompers, who are 4-8. It's our best pitcher, Wankerstein. Let's see what happened since the game ended. Development for Bauer, getting power. We'll look at some of these roster moves in the offseason. Lozano with development and a chance for injury prone from Stevens. Not worth that one. So let's do this one for Lozano. Power, speed, and contact. No bonuses there. And then this one for Bauer, +2 power for him. And that's it. Let's set the lineup. Jeez, everyone's tense. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Let's simulate. Last game of the season, we win 7-4, so we end with an 8-7 record, somemehow still above 500. I'm gonna do Christian Black. He's older. And the loyalty boost for Wankerstein here. He's been amazing this year. We'll drop Richard. He's not going to be on the team. I'm getting really close to the timeline here. Let's sim to the end of the season. We end with an 8-7 record. 9-6 was the best record from the Cutters, which is so silly. We have one more game. Oh shit. Simulate. Wait, since that game ended, +10 fielding for Brock. He's a B+. Shit, I'm really tight. I'm so sorry, everyone. Gets the 2 fielding. +7 velocity for Booth. She's an A. Development for a couple of players here. First pitch Slayer for Black would be amazing. Wankerstein goes, or I'm sorry, Harrington goes to the Woodsmiths. Last development opportunity, Rivas. No bonuses, just the accuracy, and then Ellen Booth gets +2 accuracy. Okay. My God, I cannot believe we're right here. Simulating. Did we win that one? Yeah, we go 9-7. We tie with everyone else, but we still end outside of the wild card. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please like the video. We'll take a look at everything else before actually finish. Nobody in the top 10. Doherty gets your all-star or your MVP vote. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry it was a frantic finish there at the end. We'll do the all-star game next time. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.